You're keen tonight, Jennifer? Good evening, everyone. You hearing us okay?
Also, you need to be able to hear me.
What do they call themselves again?
It's the Open Bandits, but I don't know if
Bandits.
it may just be one bandit. Good evening, Francis and Thomas. Can you hear us?
Oh, message retracted. Good evening, Francis and Thomas. Are you hearing us okay? Oh, it's been changed to just hello, Oban.
There's a few other people there, I think. Oh, that's good. Can hear us very clearly. Excellent.
Thank you very much. So you said what, Katrina and John are playing.
Katrina and John, but they don't want. They don't. They're going to be dipping in and out.
Okay. And have you recovered from your trials and tribulations of your travel, Francis Thomas?
Good evening, Alison and Caroline and Richard.
Good evening, Alison, Caroline and Richard. Thanks for joining. Did you message it to us?
Yes.
Trying to remember. I'm sure I sent a link to Linda and John. Excuse me. Hi Becky, not sure about Alan. Alan's probably caught up watching a football match. And Jennifer's saying it's the whole of the Bandits today. I must have been, I had a wee bit of a premonition there, Jennifer, because I'd written down Open Bandits. But you know if I'm well, I'm lying because you told me yesterday. Oh, be quiet. And how's things over the pond, Becky? I was actually expecting Alan to show up and show off that he's multitasking, watching football, playing a quiz and doing his bit for international relations all at once. Oh, that's good. I mean, it's been an okay day here, hasn't it? It's been a bit cold, a bit cooler.
Autumnal.
Yeah. One of my most favourite words in the world, autumnal. Well, I could actually get myself involved in that, but I'm not going to bother. That's apart from a certain team, Becky. I'm sure Mrs. Boylan will have something to say about that. But yeah. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Becca.
Not sure if Janet's with us tonight.
Janet says there was a chance she might not. But sure, Beth said she was going to join us. What time are we on?
4 minutes to 8. And no naughty words. That'll be from you though, Francis. Possibly not the same story from Mr. Boylan.
Mm-hmm.
Still a few people to come. There's my mother's team should be playing.
Beth did message me to say she'd be here. Helen gave a thumbs up earlier, so she might make a show. We may well have a few people. What's the word you lurking in the background. Has everybody been having a good weekend? And there's Stephen. How are you, big fella?
Yes, that's the one. Yes, Sweetie Mouth sends sweeties, and I've also got sweeties.
No, it's Mr. Sweetery Mouth, surely.
Sweetery, yeah.
And how's things in Francais, Stephen? Yeah, well, there's a lot to miss, pal. There's a lot to miss.
That's the way of the world, Thomas. I know exactly how you feel. You have my full sympathy. He's been censored.
Ah.
Next thing you'll be cancelled.
Whatever happened to free speech, Mr. Boylan?
I think you need to be asserting your authority in that household.
Cheers, Stephen. It's yeah, I kind of feel that I'm not quite in the swing of it, being that where we've moved it to. Yeah, but we know you're lurking, Katrina. Thanks very much for joining. I appreciate that you're just back from Aberdeen, is it?
Stirling. However, if it turns out that you're doing really, really well, you might come out of the lurking and give us the scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So try that at least to just let us know how you're doing in the scores. Well, what time are we on? We've got
2 minutes.
2 minutes yet.
Because we've still not got Janet, we've still not got my mum.
Mum's team, no sign of Naoko yet. Either.
Oh, wait a minute. Janet's here.
Evening, Janet. Thanks for joining. And oh man, there's the Kings are here as well. Hey, evening, Brian, and the Kings. Nice to have you with us. Mariana's not here
Mariana,
yet.
yeah.
She did, but when she messaged, she said she hoped to be at it.
Right.
Which is unusual. She usually says she'll be there. So, and how's things up in the King household?
So a minute to go.
So have you had a productive day, Jennifer? I don't think I have. I've had quite a lazy one, haven't Yeah.
All right, that's my mum's team.
Right. They're just going to be messaging you. They might show up on the chat.
It's possibly the chat not getting onto the chat, however.
Uh-huh.
And Beth may be there too, but she'll
Yes,
just come in
absolutely.
when
Yeah.
So I think we can get. It's a minute past, so I think
Right.
we can
Okay.
get going.
So we'll crack on. Well, that's good, Jennifer. Glad to hear it. Let's see how productive you are in the quiz now. So, as always, 5 rounds, 10 questions in each round. So 50 questions in total, plus a tie break at the end. Our rounds tonight are round 1, history. Round 2, as always, connection round. Round 3, picture round. 4 is the chain. 5, general knowledge. Alan's multitasking. Good on you, Al. Proud of you, man. Right, so we're about to begin. So, as I said, our first round is history. So, good luck, everyone. And I've lost it. There we go. Question 1.
Montezuma was the emperor of which ancient empire?
So that's question 1. Montezuma was the emperor of which ancient empire? Excuse me. Question 2.
Who served as the last leader of the Soviet Union from 1985 to 1991?
So that's question 2. Who served as the last leader of the Soviet Union from 1985 to 1991? Question 3.
Which British telephone number was first used in 1937?
So that's question 3. Which British telephone number was first used in 1937? Question 4.
In what year was the first fire extinguisher patented? Was it A 1623, B 1723 or C 1823?
That's question 4. In what year was the first fire extinguisher patented? A 1623, B 1723 or C 1823? Question 5.
What newspaper was founded in 1889 by Charles H. Dow and Edward Jones?
So that's question 5. What newspaper was founded in 1889 by Charles H. Dow and Edward Jones? Question 6.
Which surrealist artist designed the Chupa Chups logo in 1969?
So that's question 6. Which surrealist artist designed the Chupa Chups logo in 1969? That's a sentence that could be used in an elocution lesson, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Question 7.
Which civil rights activist was named Malcolm Little at birth?
So that's question 7. Which civil rights activist was named Malcolm Little at birth? Question 8.
Who led the Solidarity movement and became President of Poland in 1990?
So it's question 8. Who led the Solidarity movement and became President of Poland in 1990?
Thought that was Thomas in the room there. The Solidarity movement.
Is that what I said? I felt as if I said it wrong. The Solidarity, is that what I said? No.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's because the ferry's coming in and it distracts me every single time in the dark. It always attracts my attention. Question 9.
Which treaty organisation was set up as a counterpart to NATO?
So that's question 9. Which treaty organisation was set up as a counterpart to NATO? Question 10.
What were starbursts originally called?
So that's question 10. What were starbursts originally called? So moving on to round 2, connection round. So just in case there's anyone new playing for the first time out there, the first 9 answers are all related in some way or connected in some way. Question 10 is, how are they connected? So, question 1.
Who was the lead vocalist of the Sex Pistols?
So that's question 1. Who was the lead vocalist of the Sex Pistols? Question 2.
In the Roald Dahl book, what type of ticket was needed to enter the chocolate factory?
So that's question 2. In the Roald Dahl book, what type of ticket was needed to enter the chocolate factory? I just thought, I suppose valid would be. Question 3.
What is creme anglaise more commonly known as?
That's question 3. What is creme anglaise more commonly known as? Question 4.
Which Polynesian island is famed for its carved human figures with oversized heads?
So that's question 4. Which Polynesian island is famed for its carved human figures with oversized heads? Question 5.
Who resigned as Pope on the 28th of February 2013?
Question 5. Who resigned as Pope on 28th of February 2013? Excuse me. Question 6.
Who was Maverick's sidekick in Top Gun?
So that's question 6. Who was Maverick's sidekick in Top Gun? Question 7.
Which Michael Jackson album was the follow-up to the very successful Thriller?
That's question 7. Which Michael Jackson album was the follow-up to the very successful Thriller? Question 8.
What type of animal was Keith Harris's Orville?
So that's question 8. What type of animal was Keith Harris's Orville? Question 9.
Which jeweller became official goldsmith to the Russian imperial court in 1842?
So that's question 9. Which jeweller became official goldsmith to the Russian imperial court in 1842? Finally, question 10.
What's the connection?
You want to crunch your way through that then?
Yes, I'm just. The noise will be me opening and crunching.
Moving on to the answers from rounds 1 and 2. So round 1 history. Question 1.
Montezuma was the emperor of which ancient empire?
It was the emperor of the Aztec Empire. Question 2.
Who
Who
served as the last leader of the Soviet Union from 85 to 1990?
That was Mikhail Gorbachev. Question 3.
I can't talk. What's his telephone number?
Was first used in 1937, and that is 999. Question 4. In what year was the first fire extinguisher patented? It was first patented in 1723. So the answer is B. Question 5. What newspaper was founded in 1889 by Charles H. Dow and Edward Jones? That was the Wall Street Journal. The Financial Times grew out of that, the Dow Jones and what have you. Question 6. Which surrealist artist designed the Chupa Chups logo in 1969? That was Salvador Dali. I think that's a brilliant fact. Question 7. Which civil rights activist was named Malcolm Little at birth? That was Malcolm X. Question 8. Who led the Solidarity movement and became president of Poland in 1990? That was Lech Walesa.
Right, I can talk now.
Okay, done. Question 9.
Which treaty organisation was set up as a counterpart to NATO?
And that is the Warsaw Pact. And last question of this round, question 10.
What were starbursts originally called?
They were originally called opal fruits. Made to make your mouth water.
That's them.
Moving on to round 2, connection round. Question 1.
Who was the lead vocalist of the Sex Pistols?
That would be Johnny Rotten. If you said John Lydon, I'll give you that as well.
Although
What?
it's not.
Yes, it is. Still gives you a net, that thing with the end.
No, because this is a connection, isn't it?
Oh, right, yes.
That's not to be Johnny.
That does have to be Johnny Rotten, that's right. Sorry. Question 2.
In the Roald Dahl book, what type of ticket was needed to enter the chocolate factory?
And that is golden ticket. Question 3.
What is creme anglaise more commonly
And
known
it's
as?
not English cream, it's custard. Question 4.
Which Polynesian island is famed for its carved human figures with oversized heads?
That is Easter Island. Question 5.
Who resigned as Pope on the 28th of February
That
2013?
is Benedict XVI. And he resigned. Do you remember you were kind of it was due to ill health? I think they thought he had Alzheimer's kicked in. I think I'm pretty sure that's why. Question 6.
Who was Maverick's sidekick in Top Gun?
That was Goose. If ever there was a character shouldn't have died in a film, it's him. Question 7.
Which Michael Jackson album was the follow-up to the very successful Thriller?
That would be Bad. Question 8.
What type of animal was Keith Harris's Orville?
It was a duck. And question 9.
Which jeweller became official goldsmith to the Russian imperial court in 1842?
And that is Fabergé, Peter Carroll.
We're just looking for Fabergé.
Fabergé, yep. And what's the connection? The connection is egg or eggs, as you can see there. Rotten egg, golden egg, egg custard, Easter egg, eggs Benedict, goose egg, bad egg, duck egg and Fabergé egg. I'm sure you all got them correct. So let's look into how you're all doing. Let's see the scores.
My mum's team 16. Boylan's 17.
16. Boylan's 17.
King's 16.
King's 16.
Whoa, 14 for Stephen.
Wow. You got a whole load of relatives visiting Stephen. That's his best 2 rounds ever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, anything from the Oban Bandits?
Alan and Becky 15.
Alan and Becky 15. Very good.
17 from Alison and Richard and Caroline.
Uh-huh. So we're waiting on Oban Bandits, Pettits, and Janet.
Janet is 8.
Very good, Janet. Come on, Jennifer, don't be shy. I know Stevie's put up a good score. No.
Oh, there's Jennifer 15.
15. Very good. I don't understand why that's come up there. Should be that. That's better.
Oh, and Jacob. So 4 in Alison's team.
Oh, and Jacob.
Yes.
Right. And nothing from. Okay, so maybe they'll manage to let us know their scores at some point. Katrina and John.
Yes, if they said they probably wouldn't put
Yep.
scores on.
So at the moment we have in the lead the Boylans, and I'll just say Alison's team at the moment. Yep. So
Yes.
that's 17. Then on 16 is the Kings and your mum's team.
Mhm.
Then on 15 it's Becky and Alan and the Oban Bandits. Then on 14 it's Stephen and Janet on 8, and then whatever the Pettits have. So it's all very close, which is I always like. So we'll move on to the next round, which is
Picture.
as always picture round, and I think it's just a collection, isn't it? There's no theme. So what movie is this the poster for? The bulb. I think if I ever saw it, I don't think I did. But excuse me, this is also the name of a song and also the name of a movie. Name the country that flies this flag. And what
What organ is highlighted?
and pink.
Well, whatever colour it is. Yeah, it's pink.
Name the car company. Name the city. Who is this? Name the company. Uses this logo. Name the band. And finally, name the cartoon character. And moving on to round 4, as always, the chain. So the last letter of the first answer is the first letter of the second answer, and so on. Good luck, everybody. Question 1.
A kamikaze cocktail contains triple sec, lime juice, and what?
So that's question 1. A kamikaze cocktail contains triple sec, lime juice, and what? Question 2.
What is the world's widest river?
So that's question 2. What is the world's widest river? Question 3.
In which film, based on the collected tales of Nurse Matilda, does Emma Thompson play the lead role?
So that's question 3. In which film based on the collected tales of Nurse Matilda does Emma Thompson play the lead role? I just noticed.
Yes.
You missed it.
Gonna have to get a new proofreader.
That's comes because you were so determined. It's not happening this time. Question 4.
In Star Trek, from which planet did Spock's mother come from?
Question 4. In Star Trek, from which planet did Spock's mother come from?
That's bad grammar as well. It should just say, did Spock's mother come? Because we've got from already.
Well,
You must have been annoying me or something at these two questions and distracted me.
of course, Al.
Yes.
That's all my fault.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh. That's what husbands are for. Take the blame.
Well, it's one of the things.
Yeah. Question 5.
According to the Bible, what is the world's oldest language?
That's question 5. According to the Bible, what is the world's oldest language? That is back on point now.
So far.
Question 6.
What word for a website that can be edited by anyone comes from the Hawaiian word for quick?
That's question 6. What word for a website that can be edited by anyone comes from the Hawaiian word for quick? Question 7.
Which epic Homer poem tells the story of the Trojan War?
So that's question 7. Which epic Homer poem tells the story of the Trojan War? Question 8.
Which English racecourse hosts the St Leger Stakes?
That's question 8. Which English racecourse hosts the St Leger Stakes? Question 9.
In the maths term pi r squared, what does the r stand for?
So that's question 9. In the maths term pi r squared, what does the r stand for? Question 10.
In which country was Johann Alfred Ander the only person to be executed by guillotine?
So that's question 10. In which country was John Alfred Ander the only person to be executed by guillotine?
Guillotine in
Guillotine.
Scotland.
In my history class, it was always referred to as guillotine. That's why I always refer to it as guillotine.
Well, entitled to your opinion,
Well,
even if
absolutely.
you're wrong.
Yeah, it's the same like my mum. My mum's got a really annoying one as well. I say revolution and she says revolution. Yeah, tomato, tomato. Anyway, moving on to the answers from rounds 3 and 4. Picture round. This is the poster for Platoon.
I'd never get that.
Picture 2, this is breakfast at Tiffany's.
It's a perfect pronunciation if he was in France. I agree.
Who said that?
Stephen said it was very well.
Thanks very much,
Yeah.
Stephen. Excuse me a wee second.
Wait, but you're not in France.
In this day and age, I'm identifying as being in France. Alright. Right. Picture 3, this is the flag of Andorra.
Well, I would never have got that.
I think if you'd actually thought about it, you probably would have, because it's essentially the well. Picture 4,
Now
this
this
is.
was specially for Thomas, this one. And I nearly gave you a clue, Thomas. I nearly said I can just help you a little bit by saying the answer is not arse or elbow. But the answer is in fact spleen. I've had a message of complaint about me sneaking a medical question in again.
Right, okay. Picture 5, this is, remember?
It's a citron.
Citron, yeah. I think for our next one it's probably going to be body and soul.
A whole
one
medical.
body. Aye.
Don't no, that's wrong.
Excuse me.
Which city is this?
Huge clue in the background. This is Cape Town. Picture 7. Do you remember who
Not
that
a clue, and I wouldn't know ever again, no matter how many times you told me, because I'm not interested.
is? It's Henry Cavill.
Who is he? I mean, he's an actor.
Yes. He was in The Witcher. He was Superman. Yeah. Picture 8. This is
Kodak.
Picture 9.
And this is AC/DC.
And picture 10
is Wile E. Coyote.
I was going to be particular on this and ask people to have spelled it absolutely correctly, but I decided not to.
Yeah, so if you've got Wiley Coyote, we'll
fine.
accept it.
Yeah. Moving on to the answers for the chain. Question 1.
A kamikaze cocktail contains triple sec, lime juice and
vodka. Question 2.
What is the world's widest river?
That is the Amazon. So your next one begins with the letter N.
In which film, based on the collected tales of Nurse Matilda, does Emma Thompson play the lead role?
And that is Inanimate Fee. So your next answer will begin with the letter E.
In Star Trek, from which planet did Spock's mother come?
And that is Earth. Question 5.
According to the Bible, what is the world's oldest language?
That would be Hebrew. Question 6.
What word for a website that can be edited by anyone comes from the Hawaiian word for quick?
And that is Wiki. As in Wikipedia, what do we say? Wiki Word, and there's Wiki Science, Wiki.
Well,
there's all sorts.
Famously WikiLeaks.
Yep. Question 7.
Which epic Homer poem tells the story of the Trojan War?
And that is Iliad. So next one begins with D. Question 8.
Which English racecourse hosts the St Leger Stakes?
That would be Doncaster. Next one begins with R. So that's
in the maths term pi r squared, what does the R stand for?
Stands for radius. Final one begins with the letter S.
In which country was Johann Alfred Ander the only person to be executed by guillotine?
And that would be Sweden. And that's a picture of the man there. Oh, let's see how we're all doing after those 2 rounds. Somebody in?
Nope. not
Yep,
yet.
Brian's. Kings, so further 17.
And further 17 for Alison et al.
Uh-huh. So there's somebody called Al with them as well.
No. A further 18 for my mum's team.
Ooh.
So we've got a three-way tie.
No, 2-way at the
Oh,
moment.
wait a minute. The Boylans are now on a total of 36.
19 there then.
Yes, they
Oh,
got full marks on round 4.
very good.
Jennifer, the Oban Bandits, 26 total,
Uh-huh.
and Stephen is now on 27 of the
Oh,
total,
very good.
and Becky and Alan on a further 17.
32. Janet.
Just coming. Linda and John have joined for the last 2 rounds. They got a total of 9 from the last 2. They were out watching something rather important family wise.
Ah, well, that all family always takes. So what do I look for now?
Precedence.
Precedence, thank you. And thanks for joining us late. Greatly appreciated.
And you can always go back
Absolutely.
if you were that keen. You can always go, because the video will stay up and you can just go
Yeah.
back and do
Yeah,
them at your leisure.
yeah. Just so everyone knows, we leave the video that like tonight's video will stay up until the day before the next one we do. So anything in from Janet yet?
Yes, she's on a total of 18.
Very good, Janet. Well done. Nothing from the Pettits at all.
No.
Yep. So at the moment in the lead, but don't worry, people. The general knowledge round still to come. It's Francis and Thomas on 36. Then in equal second place is Alison's team and Mum's team, both on 34.
There's not 3 people on 34.
No, then we have the Kings on 33. Then we have Becky and Alan on 32, and Stephen on 27, and the Oban Bandits a point behind on 26, and then we have Janet on 18. The later arrivals, London Joy, it was 9 you said, wasn't
Yes,
it? Yeah, on 9. Right, so it's all nice and tight moving into the final round, all to play for. So let's crack on. As always, final round is general knowledge. Good luck. Oh, before we do it, did you know? And that is that the ancient Romans used to drop a piece of toast into their wine for good health. Hence why we raise a toast. You know now. So, general knowledge. Question 1.
Released on this day in 1927, which film is credited with being the end of silent movies?
I nearly said the answer there. You think after all this time. Question 1. Released on this day in 1927, which film is credited with being the end of silent movies? Question 2.
A baby alligator is called a what?
So that's question 2. A baby alligator is called a what? Question 3.
What is the only letter to not appear in any of the American state names?
That's question 3. What is the only letter to not appear in any of the American state names? Question 4.
You could be a vampire if you have alliumphobia. Alliumphobia. What is it a fear of?
That's question 4. You could be a vampire if you have alliumphobia. What is I can't say these about you. What is it a fear of? Remember your big horrible long word that was a fear of words? It's about 37 letters or something. Question 5.
Which former UK Prime Minister was in a group called Ugly Rumours?
So that's question 5. Which former UK Prime Minister was in a group called Ugly Rumours?
I can't remember what that answer is.
Oh, you got it right, no bother when I posed it to you. Question 6.
What does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF?
So that's question 6. What does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF? Question 7.
Ebenezer Place is the world's smallest street. In which UK country is it?
So that's question 7. Ebenezer Place is the world's smallest street. In which UK country is it? I suppose it would actually be Ebenezer, wouldn't it? Rather than Ebenezer.
I don't know.
Question 8.
What natural phenomenon is a hypocenter stroke focus associated with? Is it A, a tornado, B, earthquake, or C, tsunami?
So that's question 8. What natural phenomena is a hypocenter or focus associated with? Is it a tornado, earthquake, or tsunami? Question 9.
What is the only part of the human body that cannot repair itself?
That's question 9. What is the only part of the human body that cannot repair itself? Excuse me. Finally, question 10.
Which famous American sportsman features in the lyrics of the Simon and Garfunkel song Mrs. Robinson.
That's question 10. Which famous American sportsman features in the lyrics of the Simon and Garfunkel song Mrs. Robinson? And moving on to the answers. So, question 1.
Released on this day in 1927, which film is credited with being the end of silent movies?
And that would be The Jazz Singer, featuring Al Jolson. Question 2.
A baby alligator is called a hatchling.
Question 3.
What is the only letter to not appear in any of the American state names?
That would be the letter Q.
Is it not in Albuquerque? It's Albuquerque a state? No, it's not. It's
No,
in
it's
New
not.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Albuquerque's
correct,
a city, isn't it?
Yeah. You know that courtesy of?
One of Parsley's fans. And Breaking Bad.
And Breaking Bad, yep. Question 4.
You could be a vampire if you have alliumphobia. What is that a fear of?
It is a fear of garlic. Question 5.
Which former UK Prime Minister was in a group called Ugly Rumours? Now I don't know that's who I would have gone for.
This one.
Yes.
Dracula.
How appropriate.
Yeah. Question 6. What?
Oh.
What
does the E stand for in the acronym UNICEF? And it stands for emergency.
Question 7.
Ebenezer Place is the world's smallest street. In which UK country is it?
It is in Scotland. It's in Wick in Scotland. And it's it's not much wider than a door entrance. I was actually almost going to do that as well.
Yeah,
Did
it probably isn't the world's smallest street, but it may be the world's smallest named street.
No idea. What? Question 8.
There's the answer. It's an earthquake. it's an earthquake that has a hypocenter or focus associated with it.
Question 9.
What is the only part of the human body that cannot repair itself?
And that is teeth. Is it's enamel, isn't it? That
Yes, it's a major oversight on the part of Mother Nature.
And finally, question 10.
That should say which, shouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Which famous American sportsman features in the lyrics of the Simon and Garfunkel song Mrs. Robinson?
No idea what's happened there. And that is Joe DiMaggio. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Right, so let's see what the scores are. See if we have an outright winner or if the
I think it could be a tie.
there's a strong possibility.
Right, my mum's team final score for a 38.
Wow.
Lyndon John scored 6 in the final round.
That's
So that was a very poor round for
your mum's
My
team,
mum
yeah,
went. team.
That was I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I better wait.
There we are, the cast there, yeah, 4, they got 4 as well. So they're now at 40.
Wow.
Ah, Brian's been in Ebenezer Street.
Well, there you go. Nice. And what's your final score, sir?
Brian, oh he hasn't, don't know if he said. Right, so Alison et al. 41.
Right, into the lead. Go.
And they're quite happy to be called Alison et al.
Alison et al. Yeah, right, okay, that's it. That's a good team name.
And Jan,
Alison and Al.
and the Oban Bandits 31.
Whoa, very good. Stevie.
Janet has got a total of 23.
Very good, Janet.
And
Stevie could get 0 and it'll be his best score ever.
oh, but the King's 39.
King's 39.
And just so you know, Francis and Thomas, I've just a message from my sister Alison saying we feel better seeing that Francis and Thomas only got 4-2. Bonding.
Absolutely. Right, what about Becky and Alan? Because they could still.
Here we are. Total of 37.
37. Stephen?
Stephen only got a further 2 there, so he's on 29.
Still your best score yet, but unfortunately not enough to beat the Oban Bandits, Stephen. Right, so we have outright winners, and that is Daisy et al.
No, Alison et al.
Sorry, because I'm looking at Daisy Sunshine. Alison et al. I'll get that right yet. On 41.
That's a really excellent
very good score. So that's Alison et al. I'll write that in, and then that way. Right, in second place we had Francis and Thomas on 40. Third place on 39, it's the Kings. Fourth place on 38, it's Mum's team. Fifth place on 37, it's Becky and Alan. Sixth place on 31, Oban Bandits. Then Stephen on 29, then Janet on 23, Linda and John, who arrived very late. Very well done, 15 in the last few rounds. So, Alison et al.
Yes, very good.
Well done.
Excellent.
Winners this week.
In fact, I think that's twice that you've outright
yes,
winner.
yes.
It's possibly 3, but I think it's 2.
Definitely twice.
Mm-hmm.
So as always, we'll finish with a just for fun. Well, it's just for fun tonight. The tie break. So let's see what you all think. How far do you reckon it is from Oban to Easter Island in miles? And this is as the crow flies. And there's a wee kind of visual representation behind the question that might give you a wee bit of help. Bearing in mind that there ain't such a thing as a map that's accurate.
If Mariana was here,
Yeah.
it's the sort of place that Mariana would say, "Oh, I've been there,"
Right.
isn't it? She's possibly on holiday.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was a one-line response, and that's quite unusual. So I'm actually going to message her after this and ask her if she's okay.
2,350 from the Oban Bandits.
2350.
8,759 from my mum's team.
8759.
12,500 for Linda and John. Becky and Alan, 8,000, very precise, 8,236.4.
And I was thinking your mum's team is very precise. Anybody else
Yeah,
to the nearest decimal point?
Stephen, 6,700. Alison et al. 6,500. So I was thinking that Becky and Alan maybe the 8,236 takes them to the shore of Easter Island, and the 0.4 takes them to one of the heads.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Anything from Francis and Thomas? Janet and the Kings.
I've got Janet here. Janet 7,000. And the Kings 4,599.
599. And Francis and Thomas, you're not playing?
It might be in the huff now about that spleen question.
Yes. One Francis, Thomas.
Very putting the kettle on.
Ding. Actual answer is 8,276. So, geez, only 40 miles out. Is that local knowledge, Becky?
8,207. Yeah.
So only 40.
I mean, you could swim the last wee bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So,
I couldn't, but
the tie-break winners are Becky and Alan. Very, very good. Geez, I mean, that was a great guess for your mum's team as well.
yes.
Yeah. So very well done. So our quiz winners are Alison et al. And the tie-break winners are Becky and Al. So we'll call them Bal, won't we? Okay. So that's that. Well done, everybody.
That was a really good quest because it was close,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was close right up to the end. So our next one is on.
Gosh, it'll be winter. The boiling's lost a connection, so.
Right. Our next one will be on the 3rd of November. Yep, Sunday the 3rd of November will be our next quiz. So we'll hopefully see you all and a few more then. Meantime, and thanks for joining us. And yeah, it's been a good one. We always enjoy it better when it's close like that. So well done, everybody. Well done, Alison et al. Winning. Well done, Becky Al winning the tie break. See you all again soon. Take care, all.
Thanks very much. Night night.